I found out recently. The only place in my whole house with even slightly decent lighting is my bathroom. So yes, I am filming in my bathroom. The iPad is currently balanced on the toilet. Anything not to look ugly. So, I'm sorry I haven't made a video in so long, but I've been at sixth form and education. It's a good thing, but it sucks sometimes. Yeah. I did make a video. It was a really long video. It was like 15 minutes long and it wouldn't upload. Which is annoying. 15 minutes. I spent a lot of time on that video. But no. So instead, I'm going to recycle that video. Use some of the stories from that video and just tell them to you. Because sharing is caring. Yay! So, let's dive in. First, we have the catfish incident. And no, I'm not talking about the TV programme. That programme scares me. My mum, this is vital information by the way, I think it adds to the humour of the story, so bear with me. My mum, when she was at school, they did that thing where they did the safety training, life-saving-y course thing that, I swear to God, nobody does anymore. We should. Where, part of it is you have to learn how to, swim to save someone who's drowning. But how they do it is they drop, a really heavy, brick to the bottom of the deep end of a swimming pool and make you dive in, pick that brick up and bring it to the top. But not only do they make you do that, they make you do it while wearing your pyjamas. So my mum did that, she passed, she did brilliantly. But it appears to be useless. Because now we flash forward to the thing I remember. The time I nearly drowned in the pond. Me and my family, we were on holiday, doing the holiday thing. I couldn't swim, and they decided it would be a good idea to take the child who couldn't swim to a place with loads of ponds everywhere. And this one pond, it had a stone thing, from the edge of the pond that went into the pond that you could stand on. And I was stood on it, and I turned around to look at my mum, and I had my back to the pond, and I just decided, do you know what? I'm going to step backwards without even thinking about the dangers of that. So I stepped backwards, fell in, couldn't swim, wasn't very clever. And the reason this is called the catfish is because I swear to you, that pond was just full of I think they were catfish because they were fish, but they had the weird whiskers like cats, so they're catfish. And I fell in and I literally was surrounded on all sides by just a circle of catfish just staring at me, probably thinking, I've never seen a fish like this before, what the fuck is this? Who are you? How do you don't have any gills, how do you what? Yeah, so I promise you the information was relevant. My mum, who had done this life-saving course, who had jumped into a pool in her pyjamas to pick up a brick when she was a teenager, stood there. She literally, I promise you, stood there, just well shit. My child who can't swim just fell into a pond and is probably drowning. My nan, my poor old grandma, had to rip off her jacket and she just lunged in and just grabbed me and yanked me out while my mum was still stood there. And I never let my mum live it down. There are times where I just look at her and go, remember the time that you didn't save me from drowning, you let my nan do it. So, my mum's never going to live that one down. The next story, story time, I don't know what that voice was, is karate. Look at me now, you wouldn't believe I did karate, did you? But I did, I promise you I did. Got the certificates and everything. But there was a girl who joined my karate class who was the bully. She was the school bully, let's face it, I'm not using nice terms. She was a bit of a dick. She bullied me because, hey-ho, I was a small, weak, blonde-haired child who could not stand up for herself and would rather sit and read a book than make friends. That was me. And so she joined my karate class, and of course my sensei, he was a lovely man, but he was a bit unaware. And he decided, yeah, they're the two youngest girls in the class, we'll partner them together. I would have rather had to fight the 25-year-old really big, strong man, to be completely honest. Because we were doing an exercise where you basically you had to punch each other and you had to try and punch each other, and the first person to get a punch in was winning. But once you punched, you were meant to get back into, you meant to stop and get back into the starting position. which this girl decided she wasn't going to do. What she did in fact do was repeatedly punch me while moving towards me, and she managed to manoeuvre me into a corner and had me backed into a corner, just repeatedly punching me. Sensei, you're a lovely bloke, but that wasn't a good idea. And the brilliant thing is my mum and her mum were like sat outside and looking in through the window, and apparently my mum was like to her mum, "The fuck is your child doing?" And her mum tried to defend her. That's right, try and defend the child who has the other child backed into the corner and is repeatedly punching them, as you can clearly see. And the worst thing was, this girl, her mum, worked at my school. So, yeah, school wasn't very pleasant for me, let's be honest. Between the bullies and the bullies' mums. The joys. Next one. Woo! Derek Landy. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to educate you now. Derek Landy is an author of a really awesome book series, and it's called the Skullduggery Pleasant series. And I promise you, if you love fantasy and stuff, this is like a brilliant series. It's just finished, literally the last book came out during the summer, and it broke me. I'm still broken, and I don't like the fact the series is over, and I'm going to cry. But yeah, I met him twice. First time I met him, I was maybe 12. I was still a bit of a scared little child anyway. And I'd been really, really excited. I had all this stuff in my head that I was going to say to him. And me and my mum queued for a few hours to meet him. And I made friends in the queue, and everything was going well. Shut up, dog. And we got there, got to the desk where he was sat, and I literally froze. Not only did I freeze, I couldn't say anything, I hid behind my mum. So all you could see was my mum stood there, just pissing herself laughing, with this little face peeking out from round her. And my mum was like, "Are you going to say hi to Derek, Georgina?" Hi! That was literally me. And he was really nice about it. He signed my stuff, and he was laughing away and joking with my mum, who doesn't let me live this down. I have the drowning incident. She has the Derek Landy incident. And yeah, he was really nice. He signed books, he was making jokes. He was like to me, "Oh, I'll always remember you." Of course, that's just a nice thing to say, isn't it? But I retold this story to my friend, who I was going to the newest signing for the latest book with, because we went to a signing during the summer. And I was like, "Oh, so you always remembered me," as a joke. When I got to the front, and I was determined not to freeze and not to choke, and to prove to him I wasn't a complete and utter twat, my friend got there first, and she just walked up to him while I was, really close to him, and just went, "That's my friend! You met her last time you were here! Do you remember her?" Never in my life have I been so embarrassed. Of course he doesn't remember me, you idiot! It was just a nice thing to say, and I kind of hoped he would remember me, and now I'm sad. I'm not sad. Derek, if you're watching this for whatever reason, you're cool, you're brill. I hope you don't remember me, to be honest, because I was horrifically embarrassing that day. I managed to talk to you that time, but I was still horrifically embarrassing. So, read the books, understand my pain. If you ever get the chance to meet him, don't ruin your life, because that's what I did. And now, we have one more story. And this time it's not a childhood memory, because it's quite recent, and I don't think I'm classed as a child anymore. I'd like to be, but I'm not. I want to play with my dollies. I never played with dollies. What the fuck am I on about? The last one. Oh my god, that sign is horrific. Hello. Hello. Possible new segment. How not to cook. And this, my friends, was inspired by the time a few weeks ago when me and my friend decided, do you know what? We found what looked to be, at a glance, an easy recipe for butterbeer. You know, the amazing drink from Harry Potter. We were like, yeah! We love Harry Potter! Let's make butterbeer! No, let's not. Read the first instruction, and that instruction was, make caramel. I've never made caramel before. I don't know how you make caramel. My friend reckoned she'd made it before, and she was like, "Oh no, I know how to do it." No, she didn't. That was a lie. The whole thing failed. In the end, we managed to make the drink. It tasted nice. It was nice, but my kitchen was a bomb site, and it was just slightly horrific. But it did inspire this idea we've had for a new series, where you may get to meet my awesome friend, and she's not going to pop up there. one, she's not here, two, I can't edit, as you can probably tell. And, yeah, so she'll come and we'll try and cook things, but as you know, it's called How Not to Cook, because both of us are failures. We'll probably start off easy. We'll probably make some butter before you again, and then maybe we'll bake some cakes, and then we were like, we should try and make a 3-course meal. That could be interesting. So, look forward to that. I'll see you soon. I promise I'll try not to disappear again. And, goodbye, my friends!